Welcome back to India Tonight. On the day the PMK has broken with the DMK and very possibly with the Congress as well, we ask, is the UPA in trouble? And now we look at the damage this situation might be doing to the Congress party's image. Mr. Moily, a month ago, in fact, just 2 weeks ago, people were saying that inevitably Congress will be the single largest party. No one seemed to have any doubt about it. Suddenly, you look vulnerable. People are questioning whether you will be the single largest, and it's become an unpredictable outcome. You've gone, therefore, within 2 weeks from being inevitable to unpredictable. That's the scale of image disaster that you face today.
This perception is not correct. I don't agree with that. Sometimes, we forget the history, or we conveniently forget the history. Before 2004, also the same position was there. We never agreed for a national alliance, only at the state level. Of course, Mr. Lalu Prasad went in a favor of the election campaign in favor of our candidates. That's all. That is what happened. We had alliance, state level alliance with the DMK. We had state level alliance in Maharashtra. We had state level alliance in Bihar. We are not in UP.
But you
so
don't.
That is the position. We have not changed that position.
When you have
the
changed
question
that
is
position,
that yes.
No, Mr. Moily, that position has
that
changed.
Position
you
we have not changed.
There
is no question. If you are strong in 2004, we are more strong in today.
But you don't have a state level alliance with Mr. Lalu Yadav anymore. That critical state of Bihar, you are fighting on your own. You won 3 seats.
That's a new factor.
37. You'll be lucky if you get 5.
No, I am sorry. We will definitely get more than that. And we will be definitely marching forward. Reoccupy certain areas. We don't want the secular forces to conflict. Yes, that is our intention.
Okay.
That is why common interest of the UPA partners is secularism.
Let me bring
that
in Mr.
binds
Tripathi.
all of us together. That can bind today and even thereafter.
Let me bring in Mr. Tripathi. Mr. Tripathi, you've just heard Mr. Moily say we're marching forward. Now, I know that Sharad Pawar has publicly said that he is prepared to talk to the third front and to seek alliances with them after the outcome. Isn't that a clear sign that Mr. Pawar doesn't believe the UP is marching forward? Mr. Pawar believes that Congress has a problem, that you need to bring in new friends, and he's already sending feelers out to the third front because he knows that the game begins after the poll.
We should try and unite all secular parties. Mr. Moily is wrong, absolutely, where I tell you, Karan, that Mrs. Sonia Gandhi went to Mr. Sharad Pawar for coalition in 2004. And all the coalition talks most talks were held in Delhi. After remaining 5 years in the government, they say state level agreements for electoral purposes.
So in
2004 was national alliance.
So, forgive me, but you're also saying, I'm interrupting you, but you're saying something very important. You're saying that, in fact, the change of attitude is from Mrs. Sonia Gandhi herself.
I would not say anything against her because she is chairperson of UPA, but I would certainly say there is a change in the attitude of the Congress party.
Okay. Nisha Chaudhary, let me put it like this. A lot of the time an election can be predicted by the sense that emerges of a particular party or an alliance being at the front. I know that it was all the other way around in 2004. Everyone thought the BJP alliance was ahead and it didn't turn out to be. But suddenly this time, everyone seems to believe that if there is a wind, it's in the sails of either the third front or perhaps a possible fourth front that will be created. The party that's falling out of the reckoning is Congress. How bad is that in image and perception terms for Congress just 3 weeks before the voting begins?
Look, it's bad psychologically. It's a setback. Because, we don't see a wave in favor of any party. So alliances are going to be critical. They have been critical since 1996 in every successive general election. And so also it will be the case.
When you say alliances will be critical, do you mean pre-poll or post-poll?
Pre-poll. Pre-poll alliances with the view to maximizing the numbers of every party. Why are they going in for these alliances?
So then Mr. Moily's belief that Congress never goes in for alliances and it doesn't believe in pre-poll alliances, that is actually a mistaken analysis.
Absolutely. If suppose, hypothetically, Congress had tied up with Samajwadi Party, even say for 17, 18 seats that they were offering them, certainly the Congress would have done better and the Samajwadi Party would have done better in Uttar Pradesh.
So by refusing to tap, it will do worse?
Yes, that is what is expected.
Mr. Moily, let me put to you what Lalu Yadav publicly said. He says, Mrs. Gandhi has made a bad mistake and she will soon regret it.
You know, the coalition is an article of faith. It should be mutual trust we should work on. And it's not a charity. Somebody is a giver and someone else is a taker. It cannot work like that. Even then, they are valued friends. We continue to be friends and we continue to, differ but still converge in some areas, and we are hopeful about it. And, I don't think, this is we need to become panicky on a situation like this.
Okay.
But, what I am
let me stop you there,
is
sir.
that, the situation is no different from 2004.
Well, you said that earlier. I'm stopping you.
Definitely improve.
You said that earlier, which is why I'm stopping you. But I want to bring in your friend. You interestingly no longer define him as an ally, Mr. Tripathi. Mr. Tripathi, is friendship enough? Or would you have preferred strong alliance instead?
No, friendship will continue. Why? I only want Congress party to rely on its ally.
Yeah, but the problem is they don't want an ally any longer. They're not even talking about you people as allies, just friends. Friends rather than allies. Would that in a sense become the inscription on the tombstone if Congress fails to win this election?
But having said everything, Karan, the point is that the NDA is also not taking off. So the Congress may well emerge as the single largest party, but the third front and the fourth front may come together, whether they will force the Congress to support a Prime Minister from within their ranks. That is the question.
That's a very interesting corollary. Congress may still do well, not because it's actually played its cards properly, but because its opponents are doing much worse.
That's right.
Well, that's an interesting outlook, but it's not much of a consolation. Yeah. My thanks to Neeta Chaudhary for joining me here in studio. My thanks to Mr. Veerappan Moily for joining us from his residence. And also my thanks to Mr. Tripathi for joining us from his office in Delhi. And if you have been, thanks for watching. Goodbye. Good night.